joins us every other Wednesday, along with Ellen Prinzi. He is sponsored by Stefanina's. Stefanina's restaurant has 6 area locations in St. Charles County and in Chesterfield. For a full menu, including catering, let's not forget about catering, go to stefspizza.com. That's stefspizza.com. Good morning, Kyle Parks.
Well, hello. Thanks for having me again.
You are chef and the culinary instructor at L'École Culinaire, and you are our cook, our chef, our go-to guy.
I feel so special.
All sorts of great tips each and every time you're here. What do you got for us today?
Well, you know what? One of the things that I hear more than anything, people are always like, Kyle, how do I make food taste good?
Yes.
You know, and that's a tricky question to ask, you know. Maybe don't burn it, you know. Let's start there. You know, sprinkle a little of this and a little of that. But there's some simple, easy-to-do things that you can do at home to make your food be exponentially
so
better.
You don't need to be a culinary chef at L'École Culinaire to have your food taste better.
Not at all.
Right.
All you need is a little bit of patience. Not everything can get cooked on high heat. I learned this as a teenager cooking in my house, and just burning everything. My dad's like, you can turn the stove down.
That's
you know?
right.
It's
a
okay.
lot of people don't realize high is not necessarily always the best one.
Exactly.
Is that your first tip?
That's one of them among
That's
many.
a tip.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I think the most important one is just to have a little bit of patience and whisper some sweet nothings to your food.
Talk to the food.
Talk to the food. Oh, you're gonna be so delicious.
Like you talk to your plants.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
you are the Bob Ross of food. And in your world, a basil leaf is going to go right here. There you go.
Perfectly placed every time.
Let's go. All right. Talk to the food, number one.
Talk to the food. But really, our taste buds, they sense different things in different places. So being able to allow the whole palate to realize the food, almost dance. You just want the food to dance throughout the mouth. So like up front, that's where we're going to notice the sweet, the saltiness.
Okay.
To the side, that's where you're going to get your sours or your vinegars, your wines. In the back, that's where you're going to notice your peppers. You know, if you're ever like, oh my God, that heat hit the back of my throat, that's the only place that it can hit.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then there's this beautiful, magical thing called umami. I'll say it again. Umami. It makes the food so good. Umami is like this beautiful, meaty, wonderful essence. You know, it's hard to put your thumb on it. But there's a couple little ingredients that you can get that, and your food's just going to explode.
All right.
Soy sauce is one of them. You could take any sauce that you're making. You could have this beautiful Italian sauce, put a dab of soy sauce into it, and it just, boom, everywhere.
Okay. Now, you can put too much soy sauce on.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then, you're reaching for a glass of water and you're chugging it down in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Other things are a little bit of Worcestershire. It's not Worcestershire, by the way.
Right. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Now, I put that on. I don't do it much anymore. I used to put it on while I'm grilling it.
Oh, yeah.
We're grilling the hamburger or something.
What to make meat better than more meatiness. You know? Yeah, you can't lose.
Right.
So that's some good things to do, but there's even more than that a lot of times people don't think about. And right now, we're in the growing season. You have all these beautiful fresh herbs. You have your basils, your oreganos, thymes, things that grow great here in St. Louis. And you get these wonderful floral, sometimes some earthy tones to them. Things that can kind of wake your palate up. Now, I know everybody that's listening is like, I don't have any fresh herbs. I got all this stuff in my pantry from 1992 that my grandma loaned me. Even those things we can make taste really good. But most of us will take the little jar of whatever the mix is, Italian herb blend, we'll say.
Okay,
right? Everybody's like, oh, yeah, I got that one.
Right.
And we sprinkle it in at the end, and we're like, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. Let's add some more.
Right.
So before we know it, we've jacked our sauce up with all this intense, earthy oregano, thyme, rosemary.
Right.
If we put it in the beginning, almost like saute it in a little bit of fat, it wakes it up instantly, and you get so much more flavor out of it.
Do you want to use the dry flakes or the like a dried oregano, or do you want to use the oregano leaf that was like right off the vine?
There's a little bit to be said about each one of them. Depending on when you put it in the sauce, and most time with oregano, we put it in early. It allows the oils to come out slowly. Me personally, I love fresh oregano because it's growing like weeds in my garden. I'm like, oh, well, I got the fresh stuff.
Right,
let's bust it out. With the dried version, you're going to get a little bit more spice, a little bit more intensity with it. So sometimes I'll even combine both of them, kind of just depending on what it is that you're doing.
When I order a pizza, I put oregano on the pizza.
Yeah, that's what separates St. Louis style sauce from the Pomodoro or Italian sauce.
Which is what?
We like oregano, whereas in Italy they're going to be more basil forward. You'll
Really?
have a little bit of sweetness to it. But that's what made emo sauce so famous.
I got the Menino's dried oregano, and when the pizza
Okay.
comes, I just sprinkle a little on. And a little garlic salt, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, see, he's got the mixes in
See,
his
I got it
pantry.
going down.
Yeah,
I got it going
absolutely.
down. All right, so soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce. Put the oregano in early into the sauces.
Absolutely.
What else you say?
So say we're doing a one-pot method, right? Or we're throwing something in the crock pot, or like, I don't want to make a lot of dishes. The big key is to build your flavors up. Start with one thing. Don't just throw everything in at the same time.
Right.
So when I'm making sauces, the first thing I like to do, I take some onions. I'm going to put them in a little bit of fat, a little bit of butter, olive oil, and just slowly cook them. Let them turn golden brown like we're making some French onion soup or something like that.
Right.
Your whole house is this amazing oniony potpourri.
Right. Right.
You don't even need the Glade fresheners.
But then so that's your base, and then you add from there.
And then you add from there. Add in, your dried spices if you want. Maybe you add a little bit of some wine or something like that. All those little golden brown bits that are on the bottom of your pot.
Right.
Never scrape that out. It's this wonderful thing called fond, and we are fond of the fond.
Huh.
I know. Boom.
Yeah,
I'm so funny this morning.
But that's the good stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you never want to get rid of that, or don't cook things in 3 different pots. Just kind of build your flavors in that one, and it's so much better.
Yeah. All right, good. There was something else I was going to ask you. Now I forgot. Oh, I know what it was. Mint.
Yeah.
So my grandmother has this iced tea recipe. It's a family recipe. And I just take the mint from the garden and put it right in the iced tea and let it soak in for a good 10 minutes.
That sounds absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
And mint is one of those great growing things. Even if you have no green thumb whatsoever, you could put in one plant, and within months you have an entire.
It is insane.
Yeah, your backyard, you're mowing mint at that point in time.
You cannot kill the mint. No, it will go. But I mean, whether it's a iced tea or lemonade or regular tea or anything else, right? Mint is a great little.
And it just speaks summer, all over the place.
It really does.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Parks. All this is going to be on KTRS.com and Facebook and everything else. Kyle Parks, chef and culinary instructor at La Cole Culinaire. Some good tips today.
Hey,